All right. I believe this is Mike Goolsby, former Notre Dame captain. I'm sure he's going to have some opinions on this. If it isn't him, somebody in Nebraska is getting a hell of an intro. 402. What do you want to do? Welcome to the show.
Hey, John. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing absolutely terrible, absolutely awful. I am totally miserable. But thanks for asking, Mike.
I am legitimately and truly legitimately I'm stunned.
Yeah.
And you know me, John. I've usually got a lot to say, and I'm kind of stunned. Texted Coach Clark, we're going to get into the all-22 film, and I'm like, brother, we can go through every offensive snap on Patreon if you want. Like, I want to watch this whole game. He's like, dude, we're doing it. He's like, I need some answers. We all need some answers.
Yeah, it's Mike, it's just I'm really, really struggling. The high of last week, and then to come in this low now, it's throwing everybody off. Like, it is just, it's really alarming. Like, just to be so high and then come in here. And Mike, did they not prepare? What did you see? Did they just not prepare? What?
So I watched it live. I have yet to watch the TV copy back and prep before you get I get the coach's film tomorrow. But dude, you said this yourself. And this is part of the beauty of the game that we love so much. It's like, okay, wide receiver room. I'm going to wait until I see it, right, John? I'm going to wait until I see it. I'm not going to believe this legacy media, all this baloney hype, all through the offseason about the wide receiver room. Riley Leonard played like hot garbage, but I'm also telling you, if you're Den Brock, you've got a young offensive line that got dominated. They got dominated. They weren't moving anybody in the run game. They held up well in pass coverage, but I'm telling you, there's not a lot of people open, and if they were open, Riley Leonard had probably the worst game of his life. And then defensively speaking, that's the disgusting part to me as a washed-up Mike linebacker. And John, we talked about this on Patreon. Like, we are so vulnerable in Al Golden's scheme to the run game. And it's like Northern Illinois watched that tape. They've watched last season's tape. It's like they didn't overthink it. They just ran the ball. You know what I'm saying? And we can never stop people. John, you've talked about this ad nauseum. It's just like when we need a stop on defense, we can't get it. We love to give up chunk run plays. And so, like, there's an X's and O's element to this. Absolutely. We got out coached. And then beyond that, I've been saying this for going on 5 years now, podcasting, those day games at Notre Dame Stadium as a player, they're tough. I do not know what it is. I do not know what it is. I do not have the answer, but I'm just telling you, day games at Notre Dame Stadium, it's weird. And this might sound like unthinkable to your listeners and Notre Dame fans in general, but like as a player, it's tough to get up for. You got to play them. But it's just like, you come out flat in these day games over and over. I mean, it happened when I was there.
Can't get enough unfiltered Notre Dame football talk? Be sure to go over to patreon.com/alwaysirish. Former captain Mike Goolsby and myself. Do that. Screw it.
Oh, we never won anything. It's been 30 years.
But
Mike.
I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll see you tomorrow night. And I want to be respectful to your show and your callers. But dude, I'm sick, man.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
Yeah, it's like stomach turning, Mike. Like, I feel my stomach turning, and it's just like, it makes last week just feel like such a waste, that you did so many good things and got that credibility and everything. And then, and it lasted a handful of days. Mike, I want to give Northern credit though. We did terribly to prepare, adjust, execute, coach, play, everything we were bad at. I give them a ton of credit. They were not scared of this moment at all. Those guys have been waiting for this moment. They had no fear. They were not scared of the moment. Big bad Notre Dame Stadium. Who cares? The big gold helmets, that golden dome. They didn't give a crap. And they went in there and executed. And they never flinched. And congratulations to them. They beat the hell out of Notre Dame in front of Notre Dame's own fans. And it was embarrassing, Mike.
At the home opener, nonetheless.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, that's the that's the beauty of football, John. It's like star ratings, scheme, NIL, blah, 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 blah. At a certain point in time, you're going to line up, you're going to roll the ball, you're going to put your hand in the dirt, you're going to play. And it's like, we said this, they're on scholarship too. And it's everybody's Super Bowl. And I'm going to be honest with you, John, we didn't do any content this week because I was just kind of like, maybe I was a little hungover from that A&M week, but I'm just like, something didn't feel right to me kind of like going into this. And I'm looking back, I'm like, why didn't I want to put out any content? But this loss is on Freeman. And then some stuff. I've shared some stuff with you offline in terms of like transfer portal, quarterback decisions. The stuff I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, we had options. We had options in the portal, but this was the quarterback that Coach Freeman and staff wanted.
Yeah. So I don't know, Mike. I don't know where this leaves the team overall, because now nobody knows what to expect one game today. There's you can't trust or rely on anything. You have no idea what to expect. That's short term. Big picture. I don't know where this leaves the Freeman era as far as confidence and trust in that. And like, does this bad loss outdo all the good credit you got last week? And because this is off the radar, so on the bad side, it wipes that out. I don't know where anything stands right now. And oh my God, that's causing me a lot of anxiety because I don't have stable footing on anything right now, Mike. Everything feels unstable and I hate it.
No, and it's John, you've got ESPN of all the media entities talking about a shift in the dynamic at Notre Dame, right? Like we've woken up the echoes, right? We've woken up the echoes. It's a different team under Marcus Freeman. It's a different image, blah, 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 blah. Right? All week.
Yeah.
You start to kind of sip on that Kool-Aid. And then this is what happens. I mean, it's a bad loss, an incredible fall from grace. I mean, we're top 5 in the country and got beat up, got out-schemed, and we'll get into the scheme, out-efforted, 2 field goals blocked.
Yep.
So either way, I'll leave you alone. I just wanted to touch base. Couldn't help myself. Love what you do.
I appreciate it, Mike. Thank you, man. It's we're gonna have a really, really tough, interesting week. But the one thing I could promise the Patreon people, the people on wherever we both do our YouTube stuff, is we're gonna ride through it with you guys, and we're gonna try and figure out what we can and work through with you guys. And I can't wait to see you and Jared break down the film, and we'll get back on it. I'm sure your YouTube show will be interesting tomorrow too. So everybody, stay tuned with us. And Mike, I really appreciate you giving me a call, man. Just a really tough day for Notre Dame football fans and the team and everybody. Just, it hurts, man. This fan base is hurting, Mike.
All right. I'll see you Monday night, buddy.
All right. I'll talk to you, man. Try and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thanks for the call. Don't forget to check out the merchandise. The link is in the description. You can browse and carouse all the different Always Irish gear. Make sure you head over there and get something for the next tailgate. Thanks for being here.